Hello everyone, welcome to Oliveboard. My name is Dinkar and I welcome you all in this session. I hope everybody is doing great, feeling healthy and fine. So a good news for all of you, we have started a new special series that is previous year questions and explanation. So as you all know that we are getting the lot of previous year question paper question previous year question are there, and lot of questions from various other fields are coming. So people wanted to know regarding, sir, how to read these paper, how to exactly guess what is going to be the answer of that question, and what exactly why they have asked this question. So that is why we have started this series, to make you aware regarding what type of question is being asked in the papers, and what all you have to exactly need to answer those questions. So this series has been especially started for all of you, so that you should know what are the previous year questions that has been asked, and at the same time, whatever the question has been asked, what is the knowledge area, what is the explanation, what is the content behind all those questions that we are going to discuss today. So with this note, we will be starting with our series, and thank you so much for joining the session, and with your all support, we'll make this series a huge success as the previous series we have done. So once again, welcome to all of you. So guys, this series will start with specially direct a question. Okay, so this is a question based on the direct paragraph question. So there will be a paragraph that will be given to you. Okay, so this is going to be a paragraph that is going to be given to you, and at the same time you will be asked some questions on this paragraph. So you have to find out what exactly is going to be this paragraph is all about, and then based on that you have to answer those questions. So the paragraph is about this: India has been ranked dash position in the latest edition of the World Bank Annual Human Capital Index. This is a benchmark which checks all the human capital across the countries. Okay, so the 2020 report of Human Capital Index has updated data of 174 countries, that is covering 98% of the world population. That is up from March 2020. So providing the pre-pandemic baseline on the health and education of the children, with the biggest stride made in the low-income countries. This analysis shows that pre-pandemic most countries have made a steady progress in building human capital of the children, with the biggest stride in the low-income countries. Then there is a project that is going on that is called Human Capital Project. Is a global effort to accelerate more and better investment in the people for greater equality and economic growth. So with the Human Capital Project will help countries tackle the word barrier to people development using a whole of the government approach. So this is the paragraph. So based on the paragraph, three questions are there. Okay, you have to read the paragraph properly, and then based on the paragraph you have to answer those questions. So this paragraph is all about the report of World Bank, that is Human Capital Index. Okay, that is Human Capital Index report is that. World Bank Human Capital Index report is this, and here we will be talking you about the Human Capital Index of 174 countries that has been asked over there. Okay, so this is going to be your question. So the first question is, what is the Indian score in the above mentioned index, Human Capital Index? Okay, in the Human Capital Index, what is the score of India in the above mentioned index, whether it is 106, 126, 116, 96 or 86. So if this type of question is being asked, because Human Capital Index is a very important report that has been published by the World Bank, so that is why this index becomes very important, and you should know the ranking. You should know the ranking in various type of report in which India's is doing well, and the World Bank is there, IMF is there, then you have Asian Development Bank is there, then OECD some report is coming. Okay, all these reports, if any kind of ranking that are being published, you should know that. Okay, so the answer of this question is 116 is the ranking that India is having. Okay, so the answer is 116. Now the second, Which of the following parameters are used in calculating the score of index human capital index mentioned in the above passage? So this is also one of the most important question, because whenever you are getting some kind of ranking or that world development report, if there any ranking is there, human development index is there anywhere, so they utilize some parameter. Based on that parameter they do the ranking. So what are the parameters that are being utilized in this report in the human capital index? Happiness, health, food security, education, or affordability. So you have to select the two of them. So there are only two parameters that are there which are being utilized for calculation of the human capital index: AB, BC, AC, BD, or CD. So the answer of this question is 4, that is B and D. B and D. So health parameter and education parameter has been utilized in calculating human capital index, right? Then comes the third question. Under the third question, as on February 2022, how many countries are part of human capital project network of committed government who have expressed interest to invest in human capital in the highest level? So as of February, how many countries are part of human capital project? Okay, this is human capital project. How many countries are there as of February 2022? As of February 2022, how many countries are there who has been the part of human capital project that they will be interested in investing human capital at the highest level? So the answer of this question is 83. Okay, so somewhere I have read that by October 2022, I think the countries have increased to 86, but the data is still yet to be verified. So, but still I have read it somewhere. So you just remember that as of February 2022, 83. So new data will be coming. Okay, new data will be coming, and whenever the new data will be coming, you will be updated on the new data. Okay, so now what is human capital index? So what is human capital index? First of all, you should know over here, human capital index is being released by the World Bank. Okay. So whatever the data that has been asked in that question, it is of the report of 2020 that has been released. Okay. 2020 report. Okay. So the new data has to yet come. So under that data, India has been ranked 116th position in 2020. Okay, so what is the meaning of human capital? Whenever we are talking about the human capital, we are wanted to enhance the capacity of humans, capability of human, knowledge of the human, skills of the human, and also we want to develop the overall health of that person, because if the person will not remain healthy, how they are going to do any kind of work, and at the same time improving the quality of life. And once we are providing them with knowledge, skills, health, and everything, they will be able to realize their potential to the maximum. Okay, so this is all about this human capital index report, right? So human capital index report has three components under which the ranking is given: survival, they find it out; expected year of quality adjusted school, they find it out; and healthy environment. So they calculate these three things for a particular country over an index, and then ranking is being done. Survival is something like we are measuring the under 5 mortality rate. Like what is the rate of mortality at the under the age of 5 years? Then we are also looking for expected year of schooling, quality adjusted. So okay, we are combining the quality and quantity of the education over here. Like what is the quality of the education that has been provided and what is the quantity. So there are also different parameters for that. Okay. Then healthy environment. That means what is the adult survival rate and what is the rate of stunting for the children under the 5. So all these three parameter is being utilized in order to find out the human capital index. Okay. So human capital index 2020 has showed that pre-pandemic level, during the pre-pandemic level, Many countries have made it a very good progress in building the human capital of the children's, and this has been shown maximally in the low income countries. Low income countries have done very well in the human capital index in the pre-pandemic level. So whenever the last report has come last year, the India has been ranked before 2020. India was ranked 115th out of 157 countries. And this year, India was ranked 116th out of 174 countries. Okay. So we can say that there is a general improvement, we can say, because last time the countries were less and India is having 115 rank. This year the countries are more and India ranking has just got down by one point. Okay. So India's score in 2020 was 0.49. And in 2020 and before in 2018, India's score was 0.44. So there is a general improvement in the score has also happened for human capital index. That means there is a good human capital enhancement that has been done in India. Okay. So various schemes that has been run by our country in order to enhance the human capital in our country. Ayushman Bharat Yojana, 5 lakh rupees insurance, then primary care, secondary care, tertiary care, everything. So this is the biggest insurance scheme that any of the world is running right now. Then new education policy has been come where quality education, skill development, okay, and all the experimental based education has been launched. Then Atmanirbhar Bharat Yojana has been started in 2020 when the pandemic came, because he wanted to make India Atmanirbhar in all the fields. So 20 lakh crore package Indian government has released for making India Atmanirbhar Bharat, okay, around 10% of the GDP. Then Samagra Shiksha Yojana, skill development mission, all these things are government is running for enhancing of the human capital of our country. Okay, so there are various reports, other reports that are being released by the World Bank, like Global Economic Prospectus, Ease of Doing Business, World Development Report, WDR, Remittance Report, Ease of Living Index. These are the important reports that are being also released by the World Bank. Okay, then what human capital index provides is that, because human capital index provides like whatever the government is doing in our country, and government provide like what we need to prioritize, what India can prioritize, like which field, education, health, or any other field which India wanted to prioritize. Then World Bank and India both are working together in order to provide support, in order to provide the livelihood to the poor people, to the middle income people, middle income countries, and the World Bank is the front runner in providing all the necessary support to the developing world. Okay, the main task is that if we are investing in the people, because investment in the people is very vital for the survival of that country, for the survival of the world, for the survival of the environment, for the survival of the people throughout the world. And inclusiveness also increases when you are start investing on the people. So this is about human capital index. Then the World Bank, the things about the World Bank. World Bank, you all know that is the international financial institution. This is providing the finances, loans and grants to the low and the middle income countries for various type of capital projects. Okay, various type of railways, roadways, health infrastructure, educational infrastructure, and they are providing at a very concessional loan, very concessional loan of 0.5% interest, 0.1% interest, 100 years of things. Okay, so right now the president of the World Bank is David Malpass, and the World Bank is headquartered at Washington DC. World Bank is being formed. So this is the World Bank has been formed in 1944 under the Bretton Woods Summit. Under the Bretton Woods Summit, two organizations came, World Bank Group and the IMF, International Monetary Fund. Okay, so two groups have come under the world during when the Bretton Woods Summit has happened in order to tackle the challenges the world is facing after our Second World War is over. Okay, because Second World War has created havoc throughout the world. So in order to uplift the development of the world, this Bretton Woods summit has been launched, because people have also seen that 1929 there was a depression, economic depression that has came, and then all of a sudden the world war has started. So in order to protect the world from any kind of future depression and to protect the world from any kind of war and anything, so this economic institution has been set up especially to protect the world, so that the world should not go financially uh, like the world should not be should not be dependent on financially for anybody else. So the world has to take care of the finances of the world, so that no countries should be dependent on different type of ways of getting the money. So this is the IMF and the World Bank has been launched especially as a world organization where the countries can go and take the help from there. Okay, so you do not have to depend on country to country in order to generate the sources. So IMF and World Bank has been made as the world institutions. Okay, now the second questions that has been asked regarding the import exporter code. Okay, so which of the following is true about the importer and exporter code? So this is again the question on the foreign trade. Foreign trade. So what is that? So import export code is a 15-digit code need to take by a person who wants to import export their goods and service outside India. Okay, so which of the following is true? Then all IEC certificate would be issued by the concerned RA with his signature in any format. Then any business entity can use import export code registration for 10 years. IEC may be applied on behalf of the fund, which may be proprietorship, partnership, limited liability proprietorship, limited companies or trust or HUF or society or all of the above. Which of the following is true? Okay, so answer is fourth. Answer is fourth. IEC is applied on behalf of firm which may be proprietorship, partnership, LLP, limited liability partnership or limited companies, trust, HUF or society. Okay, so what is this import exporter code is all about? So import exporter code is a business identification number. IEC is a business identification number that has to be taken by every person who is doing export or import. Okay, so no person can make any kind of import and export until and unless it has been exempted by the DGFT. DGFT stands for Directorate General of Foreign Trade. Okay, if there is any kind of import export of service or technology, if there is any kind of import of service or export of service and technology, then IEC will be only require the service or technology provider is taking benefits under foreign trade policy. Okay, so the IEC shall be required only when the service or technology provider is taking benefit under the foreign trade policy. So any firm who is doing import and export in the services and technology, import export code is only required when you are taking benefit of FTP, foreign trade policy, or if you are dealing with any specified service and technologies, right? So who can take which firms can take the IEC code? So like proprietorship is there, partnership is there, limited liability partnerships are there, limited companies are there, trusts are there, HUF are there, societies are there. Okay, so these are the company which can utilize the IEC code. Okay, so it is a code of registration that has to be required by every firm that is importing or exporting. Okay, Directorate General of Foreign Trade they issues. Directorate General of Foreign Trade comes under Ministry of Commerce and Industries. Okay, so only exempted, who are exempted under the import export code? There are few institutions are there which are exempted under the import export code, like a ministry or the department of the central of the state government, or any person importing or exporting goods for person not concerned with the trade or manufacture on agriculture. Then person importing or exporting goods to Nepal, Myanmar or through Indo-Myanmar border areas and China. Okay, provided that their CIF value or a single consignment value does not exceed rupees 25,000. Okay, okay, you can simply do import and export without utilizing the IE code if you are doing trade, a single consignment trade should be below 25,000. But if your single consignment trade is above 25,000, then you have to utilize the IE code. Okay. So now what is this Directorate General of Foreign Trade? A Directorate General of Foreign Trade is coming under Ministry of Commerce and Industries. Okay. And this has been headed by the Director General of Foreign Trade, DGFT. So the main task that has been given to DGFT is that regulation, promotion of the foreign trade through proper regulation. It is not like that simply the foreign trade is going on. No. We know that during the liberalization 1991, the market has been opened. Okay. Before that, market was closed. Market was open, liberalization, privatization, globalization. Before it was a closed market. Okay. During that time when the market was closed, the DGFT is working of like putting the regulation, very huge regulation on various companies. But now after the LPG reforms, the DGFT is promoting the global trade. Okay, now the work of the DGFT is like a facilitator in the promotion of the trade. Facilitation. Now the shift is from prohibition to facilitation. Before 1991, it was prohibition, but before and after 1991, it is facilitator. Okay. Now facilitator or import because we have to make sure that if we really wanted to grow, we have to grow through export also. We have to do a lot of export in order to generate the foreign exchange reserve. So Directorate General of Foreign Trade is headquartered at New Delhi. Okay. So main task is that they formulate and implement the foreign trade policies framework, and the main objective is promotion of the exports. Okay. So there are around 24 regional offices through DGFT work, and DGFT headquarter and its regional office has got ISO 9000 2008 certification also. So what is this 9000 2008 certification? It is for the quality management. This certificate is especially for the quality management system, that any organization that have demonstrated a high quality of management. Okay, regulatory requirement, okay, customer satisfaction, okay, continuous improvement in their work, okay, proper. So they get the certification of 9000 2008 certification, ISO certification. Okay, so this is about the importer exporter code. Okay, so thank you so much for joining the session. Again, we'll be coming out with some more important previous year question and the explanation regarding that. And till then, I'll be just doing some more research on various other topics, and we'll be coming out with some more important previous year question paper for your information. Thank you.